Alright folks, Steve Alcorn here with you once again. If you like what I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe or like or share button down there. Hit the bell for notifications if you want to see the next video from me. We're going to try to do a few more videos than we normally do. And the first thing I wanted to talk about tonight is one single app that I use to scout books to send into Amazon FBA. You can also do merchant fulfilled, I suppose, with these books. But it's called ScoutIQ, and I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talk about ScoutIQ, and so I'm going to tonight take you through it and show you how it works. First, you'll notice, and let's see if I can get it over there, right here, this is a ScoutIQ app. That's what it looks like. It's ScoutIQ. To use this app, you need the $40 a month plan on Amazon, and you also need to pay for this app. So you need the pro seller account on Amazon, and this app costs, I think, $10. It's either $10 to $15, somewhere under $15 for the regular version, the live version, and I want to say it's $35, $40 for the database version. I don't use the database version, I only use the live version, so that's what we're going to show you tonight. You'll get more options with the database version, but I prefer the live version. The database version comes in handy if you're in an area with no internet connection, because it downloads Amazon's entire book database and you can scan offline. So if you really need that feature, go ahead and get that. But what we're going to do right now is show you how this app works. I'm not going to show you how to set it up. You will need to go through Amazon. There's a API key or something that you need to get. That'll be another video for another day, but after you get this video, or after you get this app, we'll show you how to use it. So this is ScoutIQ. You'll see there's three things here. The first is triggers, the second is scout, and the third is setting. Triggers are just what triggers this to accept a book. So this is how they had it set when they set up the program, and I'm going to leave it the way it is, but you'll see on number one there, 151 e-score, 1K to 50K sales rank, and 250 profit. The higher that e-score number, the better the book is. If it doesn't have an e-score, you'll see maybe down lower where the number 12 there says 0 e-score, sales rank is nothing, target nothing. The only, you won't, obviously you can set your own there. Number 11 is $100 profit. So if it has a 0 e-score, you're going to want 60 or above profit, as number 10 and 11 show you. But the lower profit books, the higher the e-score, is a better thing to buy because they will sell quickly. Anything with 150 plus e-score is going to sell pretty instantly. So we're going to go back. We'll go down to the very bottom and we'll hit settings. And this is just your, app settings. So if you want it on all the time while you have it up, audio you can turn on and off. It does make sounds. Vibration is on. I'm not exactly sure what ISBN search is only. I think that means you have to type everything. I don't know. But we're not going to mess with any of these settings. That should be how it's set from the developer. But if you want to turn audio off or vibration off, you're more than welcome to do so. I just don't choose to. I like them. I like to have them. So we'll go back, and this is the button that you'll be using most of the time, Scout. And as you see, it'll come up with this, and it says, ScoutIQ, scan an item or tap the scan icon below to get started. And all that really is this is how you're going to scan a book. This is our first book we're going to scan tonight. This is Vikings, Raids, Culture, Legacy. It's a really cool book, actually. You can see all the pictures. Cool doesn't always mean it's worth anything, so we're going to scan this one and we're going to find out if it's worth anything. So to do that, you'll see where it says barcode. It has the little microphone. You can do things with that as well, or you can hit the scan button. First we'll show you how to use a scan button. So we're going to hit that scan button, and now you'll see there's a barcode there, so it will scan that barcode. And you heard that sound, hopefully, and that sound means this is a reject. And you can see right up there, it's red. It'll show you that it's a reject because it's red. The e-score is minimal or nothing. There's no trade-in value. That's another thing that you can look at. If we get one with trade-in value, I'll show you that. And the rank is 2.5 million. So this book is a no buy. Even though somebody's selling it for $34.99, that's where the buy box is, that doesn't mean this book is going to sell. So this would be a reject. We wouldn't want it. And you can also go into, let me see if I can remember how to go through different screens, because I'm looking at this on the computer, but it's also on my phone because I'm screencasting from my phone. So this one we really don't need to know anything more about because it's already a reject. So we're going to put this away, and we'll go on to the next book. This one is actually my wife's book, and I'm not allowed to sell it, so we'll see if it's got any value. This is the Encyclopedia of Old Time Radio. It's a good book. She is into a lot of that old time radio stuff. You see this one has a dust jacket on. It's a really big, thick book. So we're going to scan that one next and see what it does. So again, we'll go to that scan button. And I will get to other functions later. But right now we'll just go to that scan button. There's the barcode. Okay, now that sound, if you heard it, is an accept. And we can see right up at the top here, it says 1702 profit, so that's what you should make. 520K rank, 60 E-score. So it's a middle of the road E-score, which is good. And you can, this will tell you down here where all the sellers are on it. So this is all the sellers. This is FBA only. And then I'm not sure. Oh, this is new. If you're over here, used, you're all over here. So in good condition, 28.33. Very good, 27.99. Used buy box, 27.99. New buy box is more, of course, and Amazon's in this book at 51.75. It's probably new. So pretty decent E-score, pretty decent rank, pretty decent profit. So this is definitely an accept book, although I'm not allowed to sell it because it does belong to my wife. So now what can we also do on this screen? Well, if you go up here where it says 1702 accept and buy cost, oops, excuse me, you can, now we got to do it again. Okay, sorry about that. I'm an amateur at this stuff, right? So you can actually click on that green bar and set your buy cost. So I set mine a little high. I usually set it between $1.50 and $2 because anywhere I go in this area to buy books, the most I'll ever pay for a book is $2. You can go through every time and hit this buy cost. You can up it or down it or do whatever you want using the plus and minus buttons. It jumps by 50 cents, it looks like. I think you may, yeah, you can also type it in if you just click right on it. But we're not going to do any of that. We'll just leave it at $1.50 because that's an average price for books in my area. Now, if it were more, of course, I would change it to more. If it's less, I leave it at $1.50 just because that'll give me a little bit better book when I'm scanning. So that's why I do that. So you'll exit out of that. That's all that one does. You can also click on the bar that says, and we'll go back to that, the gray bar right here that says 40 used, 15 new. You can click on that. And that'll give you the FBA offers on that, or the, well, not just the FBA offers, but here's the offers on that book on Amazon right now. And you can click next and stuff like that. So this just gives you an idea of how many sellers are on that and what it's doing. So that was that gray bar. You can click also, you can also click on each one of these in this line to change it and see where your profit would be if you were selling it at that price there. If you notice, if I click on $12.99, it would be a reject, right? It's $16.22 now. It's an accept. So you can do that. I just keep it on whatever the buy box is. So that's $27.99. And when I send this in, I usually send it in and around that area. You can always change that later. So that's how you do that area of the screen. The next one is this little next gray bar down here. So this is Keepa. This is Camel, Camel, Camel. This is Live. This is Book Scouter, and this is the Amazon site itself. So the first one we'll look at is Keepa. And Keepa just gives you a chart of how it's sold and how many times it's sold, and you can see the price fluctuations and differences there, and where it's at now, and historical data. We'll hit close on that one. Camel is the second one, and it's pretty much the same kind of concept. It gives you historical data on the book. I'm not seeing anything on Camel for some reason. It's usually gives you a graph. I haven't used Camel on this one. I prefer Kiva, but it does give you some information here where the current price is and things like that. There's other options, of course, on Camel that you can do, but I don't mess with Camel a lot. But if you prefer Camel, you have that. Live, let's press that one, and it doesn't do anything for us because we're already live, I think. I think if you had database, you could switch over to database there. Book Scouter, we'll click that one. There's Book Scouter, and it's giving you this particular book, the ISBN, all that stuff. It tells you the best price is $3.51, but then it also gives you a list of other sellers, not currently, error getting prices, not currently buying. These are people who buy books, and the best price you could get on this if you sold it to these people is $3.51. I think that's the same. Trade-in is a little different. I don't know what trade-in actually does. But then you can press the Amazon, and it just takes you to the live Amazon feed there. We'll close that out. And so that's what that does. And that's pretty much everything there is. Now, if you notice, there's three little dots down at the bottom. It's hard to see because my thing isn't lining up, but there's three dots at the very bottom. What that means is you can slide the screen over. So we'll slide the screen. So this is another, just a different kind of view on that first screen. So you see you still have your sales rank, your e-score, lowest used buy box, Amazon's price, and total offers, how many people are on this listing. So this is the same as this screen except set up in a bar graph situation. And if you slide one more time, this is Scan Tracker, and all it does is tell you how many scans you've made, how many accepts you've made, lifetime accept rate, and all that stuff. Now, if you do what I'm doing right now and scan a book 2 or 3 times just to test the or teach somebody else, this is going to be a little bit messed up. But you can reset this to factory or whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. I don't use this screen, but you can if you like to know how many times you've scanned. I have reset it a couple times. Okay, so that is a reject book, number 1, an accept book, number 2, this one. And now we're going to tell you what to do if you don't have a barcode. So this book here is called The Essentials of Zen Buddhism. There are several ways you can look up a book with no barcode. So don't let it stop you. Obviously you have the little microphone there, so we're going to try it that way first. If you tap the microphone, it'll say loading, and you can see now it's putting words across the screen. We don't want that. So we want to stop talking. Okay, because I did all that. Once you start talking, it'll just keep talking. So we got to click that out with that X. We'll do it again, and I will be quiet this time. Hey, my cat is making a cameo. Photobombing cat. Okay, so we're going to hit the microphone, and we're going to type in The Essentials of Zen Buddhism. We're going to speak it in. The Essentials of Zen Buddhism. And it will automatically search that book. Now there are several books with that sort of thing in the title. So when you get to this screen, if that happens to you, you just look for the book you're looking for. Well, ours is this one. So that would be this one down here. And then it'll go back to that screen. This is a reject. We don't want that. Let's say we don't like speaking to our phone. You can also type in The Essentials of Zen Buddhism. So if you just click on the barcode, where it says barcode there on that first screen, oops, keeps going all the way back. We want to go back. We want to get out of this. Oh, down at the bottom where it says barcode, right next to the book picture and the microphone and all that, you just tap on that. You can get in and type the title in. We're not going to do that. Or if you have an ISBN number, you can also type it in there. So there's several ways to find books on ScoutIQ. Not having a barcode doesn't matter. We see that this book happens to be a reject, but I find a lot of good books that aren't rejects. And we're going to go back to that screen. So, ScoutIQ, what do I think of it? I do the lower priced version, which I think is now $14.99 a month, or somewhere in that range. It's under $15 a month. As you can see, just that one book there would pay for it if I found that book. So, in my opinion, ScoutIQ is if you're a bookseller on Amazon, or you are desiring to be a bookseller on Amazon, there are other apps that do the same thing. But this one, in my opinion, is probably, well, I haven't used the other apps, so this one is awesome. It does what I want it to do. It gives me everything I need to know about this particular book, and whether I want to or not want to sell it on Amazon. So, and I do all FBA, so I tend to look at the FBA offers, and if there are none, then I know that I'm going to be the only FBA guy with this book. So mine may sell a little bit faster. You can see, even though I just want to point out with this one thing here, you can see these people are charging way too much for this book. I've already looked this book up on eBay. I know that it doesn't sell for very much money. It was a bad buy. I didn't have ScoutIQ when I bought that book. I was doing it by the seat of my pants, and I know that kind of stuff sells well sometimes. But these people are a little bit pie in the sky, because that book will probably never sell for that. The rank is 4 million. That's a pretty high rank on a book. They're saying you'd lose $27 on this, or you'd make 27, but because the rank is so high, there's no e-score, no trade-in, you'll lose money. So you won't be able to sell it. Sometimes there is a minus in front of that profit, and that means you'd actually lose money. You can also change. Well, I'm not going to do it now, but anyway. So that's ScoutIQ. I hope this helped you out a little bit. I've been using it for about 3 or 4 months now. It's made me hundreds and hundreds of dollars, well above the $10 price that I've paid for it. And like I said, you only need to make $10 profit a month on books. And if you have the higher level, you only need to make like $40 profit on books. I'm not exactly sure what the costs are right now. I know what the cost was when I signed up, but for under $50, if you could get this and save hours and hours of looking things up when you got home on eBay and realizing that you made, or on Amazon, and realizing that you made a ton of mistakes because you didn't have this, or sitting in the store typing in books into Amazon or eBay, this just helps you out. It just saves you much. It's worth its weight in gold for time savings. So I give it 2 thumbs up, because I only have 2, and I think you should try it if you're seriously considering selling books. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You guys have a great night.